Welcome to Chat with Charlie on Mum Matters, the real talk podcast for mums navigating the beautiful chaos of motherhood. I'm Charlie, mum of 5, here to help you feel more confident and less overwhelmed from pregnancy to those am I doing this right moments we all have. We talk about the stuff that no one prepares you for, so go and grab a cuppa and let's dive in. Hello, my lovely, and welcome back to Chat with Charlie on Mum Matters. I'm Charlie, mum of 5, ages 11 down to 2 years old. And if you listened to last week's episode, we went deep. We talked about that feeling of losing yourself in motherhood, the overwhelm, the invisibility, the guilt for even noticing that you're losing yourself. If that episode hit home, first of all, you are not on your own. So many of you reached out, and honestly, it reminded me of why I do this. But today's different. Today, we're lifting the energy because while it's important to name the hard stuff, we also need to talk about what actually helps. So this episode is all about mum self-care, and not the fluffy, just book a spa day kind. Real, doable, small but mighty self-care that keeps the you in motherhood. So let's get into it. Okay, let's just acknowledge the elephant in the room. Self-care as a mum feels impossible sometimes. Well, most of the time. Me more than most. With 5 children, I really do know that. You hear people say, make time for yourself. And you think, what time? With what energy exactly? Between the feeds, the nappies, the school runs, the meal prep, bedtime battles, the endless mental load, where exactly does me time fit in? And honestly, for a long time, I didn't make time for myself. I told myself that I didn't need it, that the kids came first, that I'd do something for me when things calmed down. Spoiler alert, things never calm down. There's always something else, which is great. That's how you want your family to be. You want it to be growing, thriving, always to be things going on. But what happens when you're waiting for things to calm down? You get burnt out. I got burnt out multiple times. I became resentful, exhausted, snappy, disconnected. I was aware of all of that I wasn't myself. But I was showing up for everyone else, but completely abandoning myself. And here's what I learned the hard way. When you don't look after yourself, even in the smallest way, it takes a toll. Not just on you, but on your whole family. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. So today I want to reframe what self-care actually looks like, because it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to take hours. I think people think that as well. I know I used to think that when people said, you've got to make time for yourself. You've got to take time out for yourself. You've got to do things for yourself. I'm like, the first thing you think of is time, and time is a priority. So whatever you're prioritizing at that time, that moment in your life, that's where the time is taken up. So when you say I don't have time, that's because you are not the priority in your own head. But we also think I'm going to need a whole day to sort myself out to take that time. I'm going to need a couple hours to go out for a coffee. It doesn't have to start with that. Start small. It can get bigger later, when you get used to it, when you do have more time. It just has to be intentional, on purpose for you. So let me tell you what's kept the me in motherhood for me. And this might sound small, but honestly, it's everything for me. For me, it's my hair and my makeup. And I know that might sound a bit superficial to some people, but hear me out. Even on the hardest days, when I've been up all night, when the house is chaos, when I feel like I'm absolutely drowning, putting a bit of makeup on makes me feel like myself. It's always been my thing. We used to joke when we were younger, when we were teenagers, saying, "Oh, I just need to put my face on. I'm not ready until I've got my face on. I'm not dressed without my face on." And that kind of carried me through into adulthood, motherhood. Putting my face on makes me feel like me. It doesn't have to be a full face, even just sometimes a bit of mascara, a bit of concealer. But that 5 minutes in front of the mirror, that's my time. It's me saying, I still matter. I'm still here and I'm still me. And when I skip it, when I go days without even looking in the mirror properly, that's when I start to feel like I'm disappearing, like I'm not looking after myself. It's not about looking perfect. It's about not letting go of the parts of yourself that make you feel like you. So that's where it's not superficial. I am not putting my makeup on to look good when I go on the school run or when I pop to the shops or when I go for a walk. I'm putting my makeup on because that is the action that I do or I've always done to make me feel like me. That's what it connects for me in my brain. Now, makeup might not be your thing, and that's completely fine. Maybe for you, it's your morning coffee ritual. The way you make it, just sit down for 2 minutes and actually taste it. Maybe it's wearing your favorite perfume, even if you're not going anywhere. Maybe it's a skincare routine at night, those few minutes of quiet just for you. Maybe it's a walk around the block with your headphones in. The point isn't what it is. The point is that it's yours. It's something that reminds you, I'm not just a mom, I'm a person. And I deserve to feel good. I deserve to feel like me. Now, here's where I need to get a bit serious for a second, because I know you might be listening and thinking, but I feel guilty for taking time for myself. And believe me, I felt like that too, for years. I thought being a good mom meant sacrificing everything, putting myself last, never complaining. But here's what I've learned. When you prioritize yourself, even in small ways, you're not taking anything away from your family. You're actually giving them more. Because when you feel good, you show up differently. You're more patient, you're more present, you're more calm. Your kids don't need a perfect mom. They need a happy one. And happiness starts with how you treat yourself. So if you've been waiting for permission to put yourself on the list, this is it. This is it. You are allowed to matter. You're allowed to have needs. You are allowed to do the things that make you feel good without justifying it to anyone. I want to give you some positive affirmations to take from this episode. These are things I tell myself, especially on the hard days. And I want you to try saying them out loud or writing them down or just letting them sink in. So if you want to come back to this later or you can't write it down right now, save the episode because they're really worth having to hand when you're feeling really rubbish and you need something to pick you up. Okay, here we go. I am more than just a mum. I am a whole person with needs, dreams, and desires. Taking care of myself is not selfish. It's necessary. I deserve to feel good in my own skin. Small moments of self-care are still self-care. I don't have to earn rest. I am worthy of it just as I am. My children benefit when I am happy and fulfilled. I am allowed to put myself on the list, not at the bottom, but alongside everyone else. I am doing my best, and my best is enough. Take those with you this week. Say them in the shower. Say them in the car. Say them when mum guilt tries to creep in. because we know that mum guilt is quiet, creeps in quietly. So say your affirmations loud, because the story that you tell yourself matters. Okay, now let's get practical. I want to give you some action steps that you can actually do this week. Small things, doable things. Are you ready? Number 1, identify your me thing. Right, we know that mine is the makeup. Think about what makes you feel yourself. What's the one small ritual habit that when you skip it, you start to feel a bit lost? Maybe it's getting dressed properly. Maybe it's your morning tea. Maybe it's 10 minutes of reading before bed. Whatever it is, name it and protect it. Don't let it slide. Number 2, schedule 5 minutes for yourself every single day. I know it sounds so tiny, like what can you do in 5 minutes? But tiny is the point here. We have to start somewhere. 5 minutes where you're not doing something for someone else. 5 minutes to breathe, to sip something warm, just to be. Put it in your phone if you have to. Don't treat it like an appointment that you can't cancel. 3, lower the bar on what counts as self-care. We've been sold this idea that self-care has to be big. Like I said before, has to be a spa day, a whole day out, solo holidays, hours at the gym. It's not the case at all. For mums in the thick of it, self-care is brushing your teeth before noon. It's drinking a full glass of water. It's sitting down while the baby naps instead of doing the dishes. This is also self-care. Lower the bar. Celebrate the small wins. 4, stop apologising for having needs. This is a hard one, but it's so important. You don't need to justify why you need a break. You don't need to explain why you want 10 minutes alone. You don't need to apologise for being a person outside of being a mum. Just take the thing. You deserve it. 5, check in with yourself daily. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I do one thing for me today? If yes, amazing. Keep going. If no, no shame. Just try again tomorrow. It's not about being perfect. It's never about being perfect. It's about building the habit of remembering yourself. I want to leave you with this thought. Last episode, we talked about losing yourself in motherhood. And I said something I really believe. You're not going back to who you were before kids. You're going forward. You're becoming a new version of yourself. And that's so exciting. I find that so exciting. Self-care is a part of that journey. It's how you stay connected to who you are while you're busy raising tiny humans. It's how you keep the spark alive, the energy, the joy. And here's the thing. You are worth coming back to. Not the old you, not the pre-baby you, but the you that is still in there. Underneath the exhaustion, underneath the to-do lists, all the tabs open in your brain, underneath the endless demands. She's still there. And she deserves to be noticed. These small moments of self-care, they're not indulgent. They're not selfish. They're how you stay connected to her, to you. So protect those moments. Guard them fiercely because they matter more than you think. Now, before I wrap up, I want to share something with you. These last 2 episodes have resonated with you. If you felt seen, if you thought, yes, that's exactly how I feel, I want you to know that help is coming. I've been working on something for months now. Something specially designed for mums who are ready to stop just surviving and start actually thriving. Something that will give you the tools, the support, and the guidance to feel like yourself again. but not the old version, the new version. The version that includes motherhood, but isn't consumed by it. It's launching at the end of May. And honestly, I cannot wait to share it with you. So if you want to be the first to know when the doors open, make sure you follow me on Instagram. That's Charlie's Parenting Pages. I'll be sharing all the details there first. Thank you so much for giving me your time today and for being here. I hope this episode has given you permission to put yourself back on the list. Not at the bottom, not as an afterthought, but as someone who matters. Because you do matter. If this resonated with you, share it with a mom friend who needs to hear it, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next episode. Remember, small moments of self-care are still self-care. You don't have to earn rest. You're worthy of it just as you are. Take care of yourself this week, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for listening to Chat with Charlie on Mom Matters. Find ongoing support in the Mom Matters community. Link is in the show notes, because behind every child is a mom who matters. See you next time.